Good morning, students. Now we'll do one practice problem on reheat Rankine cycle. The problem is given like this. The steam is supplied to a two-stage turbine at 40 bar and 350 degrees centigrade. It expands in the first stage turbine until it is just dry and saturated. Then it is reheated to 350 degrees centigrade and expanded through the second stage turbine. The condenser pressure is 0.035 bar. Calculate the work output, the heat supplied per kg of steam. Assuming ideal process and neglecting feed pump, calculate specific steam consumption and cycle efficiency. So it's a two-stage reheat cycle with two stages. And the given data, you see the given data, the pressure P1 is equal to 40 bar and the pressure P2 is equal to 0.3035 bar and the maximum temperature 350 degrees centigrade. So it is clearly mentioned that neglecting the pump work and assuming that all processes are ideal, find out the turbine output, heat supplied per kg of steam, specific steam consumption, and Rankine efficiency. Let us solve this problem. So this is the given data. Boiler pressure, this is the cycle. This is the Rankine cycle with two stage with reheating. So this is stage 1, 1 to 2 is stage 1 and 3 to 4 is stage 2. So here the heat is going to be added here and here. Two stages are there. Q in 1 and also here it will be added Q in 2. Q in 2 and this is Q out. And here the turbine work will be there and here also turbine work will be there. So this is WT1, this is WT2 and this is WP. Now our task is to find out the enthalpies at each and every point. Once you get the enthalpies at each and every point, you can easily find out whatever quantities you want. So for that we need to use the steam tables. But before that, we have to clearly understand what is the state of the steam at each and every point. Let us take state 1. What is the state 1 here? It is a superheated steam and at what? At P is equal to 40 bar and superheated steam at pressure P is equal to 40 bar and the temperature is equal to 350 degrees centigrade. So we have to get the values of enthalpy and entropy at this particular state. For this we need to use a superheated steam table. So already collected some data here. So you can so from the steam tables that I already supplied to you, I have taken the tables which are required for this particular problem. So superheated steam. See, this is the pressure 40 bar and this is the temperature 350 degrees centigrade. So in this particular table, so in that steam table that I have shared to you, page number 20, you have this specific enthalpy of superheated steam. Pressure is equal to 40 bar and temperature is equal to 350 degrees centigrade. So this is the state 1 enthalpy. So I am writing all the values here. H1 is equal to H at 40 bar and 350 degrees centigrade. So this is equal to 3095.1. 3095.1 kilojoules per kg. So this is one value. So you have to get all the values like this, and similarly we will find out the entropy also, because we require this entropy in finding out what is the pressure at this particular point, and similarly we need the entropy here also to find out what is the dryness fraction at this particular point. So we require this entropies also. So this is the entropy table. So specific entropy of superheated steam. Specific entropy of superheated steam, 40 pressure is equal to 40 bar and temperature is equal to 350 degrees centigrade. The entropy is 6.587. Entropy is 6.587 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. So remember the units correctly. So we got the entropy and the enthalpy at this point 1. Now find out at state 2. What is the state 2? The state 2 is clearly mentioned as dry saturated steam. Dry saturated steam. We don't know what is the pressure and temperature at this particular point. At this particular point, we don't know what is the temperature and pressure. We only know what is the entropy at this particular point. So this is the isentropic process. This is the isentropic process. So by using the same entropy, we have to find out this particular value. So for this, what table we require? We require normal steam table, because it is dry saturated. That means that the state is on the this line, saturation line. The state is on the saturation line. The state is on the saturation line. So at this particular entropy, that means whatever entropy is here, at this particular entropy in the saturation table, what is the temperature and pressure we have to find out. Let us see in the saturated steam table where we are going to get this data. So this is superheated steam. These tables correspond to superheated steam. This table is corresponding to saturated water at different pressures and all. So here we'll find out where is 6.58. 6.58 is here. This particular value is there. 6.583, but we got a value of 6.587. So approximately we can take this particular thing. So you can take this as 10 bar. The pressure is 10 bar and the saturation temperature is 179.9 degrees centigrade. This is the temperature and this is the pressure at entropy 6.583. So approximately we are taking. Exactly we will not get the values. If there's so much difference is there, we have to interpolate or extrapolate the entropy value. I will tell you the interpolation and extrapolation in another session. So for the time being, we got a so for 6.587, we got a value of 6.583. So we are considering that one. So from this table, from saturated steam table, temperature is equal to 179.9 degrees centigrade. At Sg is equal to 6.587. At this particular Sg, this temperature is this much and pressure is equal to 10 bar, right? So pressure is equal to 10 bar. Now we have to find out what is the enthalpy at this particular 2. H2 is equal to is nothing but Hg. Hg at 10 bar, because 2 is the saturation point. 2 is the saturation point. The enthalpy at this particular point is equal to the Hg at 10 bar. So what is that value? The value at 10 bar, the Hg is 2776.2. 2776.2. kilojoules per kg. So now you got the H2 also. Now we have to find out what is the H3. So state 3. What is the state 3? State 3 is again superheated steam. And what are the conditions? This is pressure is equal to 10 bar. And the temperature is again same, 350 degrees centigrade, because for the second stage also the inlet temperature is brought to the inlet temperature of first stage. So we have to find out for 10 bar and 350 degrees centigrade what is the enthalpy value and entropy value for state 3. So for that again we will see the tables now. So this is again table, superheated tables. This is a specific enthalpy table of the superheated steam, and the pressure is equal to 10 bar and the temperature is equal to 350. So it is 3158.5. 3158.5 is the enthalpy of the superheated steam. 10 bar and 350 degrees centigrade. 3158.5. So H3 is equal to 3158.5 kilojoules per kg. And similarly, we have to find out what is the entropy also. So entropy value, again there will be a separate table for entropy. This is specific enthalpy table of superheated steam, specific enthalpy of superheated steam, and this is specific entropy of the superheated steam. So here also you have to take a 10 bar and 350 degrees centigrade. So this is the entropy, 7.303. 7.303. 7.303 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. Now we got the values of H3 and S3 also. Now we have to find out. Now we got this value, this value, this value, and we have to find out this value. This is actually here it is a wet steam. After expansion in the second stage, this will be coming within the saturation curve. Here of course the figure is not done correctly, but here this point will be somewhere inside the saturation curve. So here it is a wet steam. Here it is a wet steam. Okay. So you have to clearly understand the state of each point and then find out the values. So what is state 4? Let's write state 4. State 4. This is wet steam at condenser pressure. What is condenser pressure? 0.035 bar. So this data you have to get again from the saturated vapor tables, and we have to find out exact value of the enthalpy by using the dryness fraction. And how to find out the dryness fraction? From the entropy value. So we need to get dryness fraction of wet steam at state 4 by equalizing using equation S3 is equal to S4. So what is S3? So S3 can be written as SF3, that means entropy of the saturated fluid at condenser pressure, plus X into SFG3. 3 means condenser pressure. Or we can keep it as 4, not 3. Okay. So what is the SF3? SF3 is equal to SF3 is equal to 7.303 is equal to SF4. So from the tables we have to find out from the saturation table what is the entropy of the saturated liquid and what is the entropy of with enthalpy, latent heat of vaporization, entropy of latent heat of vaporization. So let us go to the tables again. So this is at 0.035 bar. This is the table at 0.035 bar. SF is equal to 0.391 and SFG is equal to 8.132. 0.391 and 8.132. 0.391 plus X into 8.132. So from this one, X is equal to 7.303 minus 0.391 divided by 8.132. Let us find out how much is this one. 7.303 minus 0.391 divided by 8.132. This is coming to be 0.85. This is the dryness fraction. Now you can calculate easily what is the entropy. Sorry, enthalpy. So this is equal to HF4 plus X into HFG4. This is the condenser pressure. 0.4 is condenser pressure, not that one. Okay. So this is equal to, again we have to go to the tables. So at 0.035 bar, HF is equal to 111.8 and HFG is equal to 2438.6. 111.8 and 2438.6. 0.85 into 2438.6. 2438.6. This is equal to 111.8 plus 0.85 into 2438.6. This is equal to 2186 and 2184.61. Again, kilojoules per kg. So this is H4. This is H3. This is H2. And this is H1. So we have 4 H values and we need to get 2 more H values. Next state is state 5. State 5. What is the state here? Saturated liquid at condenser pressure 0.035 bar. So directly you can get this value. This is nothing but this one only. Saturated liquid at a condenser pressure means HF only. So H5 is equal to 1111.8 kilojoules per kg. Okay, and now H6. State 6. Okay, so here what is this one? This is compressed liquid. Compressed liquid. So H6 is equal to H5 plus VF at 5 into P1 minus P5, right? So H5 is this one only 1111.8 plus this is the specific volume of liquid at condenser pressure. We will go to the table then. Specific volume of liquid at 0.035 bar. Specific volume is VF 0.001003. 0.001003 into this is P1 is equal to 40 bar. 40 bar we have to convert into kPa. So into 100. 40 into 100. 1 bar is equal to 100 kPa minus this is condenser pressure. Again you are converting 3.5 kPa. 0.035 into 100. So this is coming to be 4000 minus 3.5 into 0.001 into 4000 minus 3.5 into 0.001003 plus 111.8. This is coming to be 115.8. 115.8 kilojoules per kg. This is H6. This is H6. Now you got all the values. Now you can easily find out whatever quantities we want. So the first one is asked is what are the different quantities asked. You have to find out the turbine work and Q in and specific steam consumption and Rankine efficiency. So what is the turbine work? Turbine work, there are two turbines. So WT is equal to WT high pressure turbine plus WT low pressure turbine. So high pressure turbine means this is H1 minus H2. H1 minus H2. This is high pressure turbine work. Okay, so what is H1? H1 is equal to 3095.1. 3095.1 minus H2 2776.2. 2776.2. This is high pressure turbine work. Plus what is the low pressure turbine? H3 minus H4. H3 minus H4. So what is H3? H3 is 3158.5. 3158.5 minus H4. H4 is 2184.61. 2184.61. So this is the total turbine work. Let us see how much it is. 3095.1 minus 2776.2. So this is 318.9 plus 3158.5 minus 2184.61. 973.89. So we shall add these two. 318.9. So that means 1292.8 kilojoules per kg. So total turbine work is this one. This is the total turbine work. Now, what is the heat supply? Q in is equal to Q in 1 plus Q in 2. This is reheat. So Q in 1 is equal to H1 minus H6. This is H1 minus H6 plus H3 minus H2. So you have all the values. What is H1? H1 is equal to again 3095.1 minus H6. H6 is equal to 115.8 plus H3. What is H3? 3158.5. 3158.5 minus H2. 2776.2. 2776.2. So this is the total heat supplied. Let us see how much is this. 3095.1 minus 115.8. That is 2979.3. Again another one is 3158.5 minus 2776.2. 382.3. So this is equal to 2979.3 plus 382.3. 3361.6 kilojoules per kg. This much heat we have added. The total heat supplied is this much. Now they are telling that neglect the pumper. Neglect the pumper means we can simply ignore the pumper. What is the efficiency? Efficiency is equal to WT minus WP. This is W net. W net is equal to this one. So if you neglect this one, simply you can take WT by Q in. So what is the efficiency here? WT is 1292.8. 1292.8 divided by 3361.6. So this is the efficiency. So this is coming to be 0.385. Or 38.5%. So this is the efficiency of the reheat Rankine cycle, and you have to find out specific steam consumption. Specific steam consumption means what? This is the amount of steam supplied per unit power output. The units are kg per kilowatt hour. So we know what is the turbine work, and turbine work means it is kilojoules per kg. Joules means watt per second. We have to convert, take the quantity per 1 hour. So this is given by actually 3600 divided by WT. So WT, this is per 1 second. So much kilojoules per 1 second. So if you want to get for 3600, you have to divide this particular quantity. You have to multiply this particular work for 3600. So 3600 by turbine work. Okay. So because it is 1 second is equal to 1 by 3600 of hour. So 1 by 3600, that will 3600 will go above. Okay. So it's very simple one. No need of confusion. So this is 3600 divided by turbine work is how much? 1292.8. So how much it is coming? 3600 divided by 1292.8. So this is 2.78. 2.78 kg per kilowatt hour. So this is the specific steam consumption. 2.78 kg of steam is required per 1 kilowatt hour. Okay, so this is how we have to solve the problem. We will do some more problems in another session.